Welcome to part B of episode 3 of Slept On by Spotify. We're about to sit down with Water Spirit and watch them work from scratch on a brand new track. If you haven't already checked out the interview video I did with Water Spirit, you're going to want to do that first. That is episode 3A. Before we get into it, I just want to mention that the Patreon has the unedited 2 hours and 20 minutes. If you're interested in seeing the whole process from start to finish, that's where you can check it out. Otherwise, be sure to follow Water Spirit everywhere. All of their socials are in the description. And if you want to support the show, please do by subscribing and liking and commenting, please. Notice how Water Spirit starts with the kick drum.
Yeah, I always start with the kick drum. And even if I don't use this kick drum in the actual song, it's just, this is an important part of the process that I think people are the most interested in. Like my entire Discord server, feel free to join anybody. We just talk about kick, like processing and, what to do in certain situations and how to get certain style kicks. So we have this 909 right here. Sounds really basic. I'm going to stretch it out a bit and then put it into like E3 mono. I'm going to use my fucking expensive plugins for this part. By expensive, I just mean like CPU expensive, not monetarily expensive. Slow right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say 140.
So we already have the basic down. Like that's basically, if you were just going for like a one day I want to create hardcore, that is like basically the sound that everybody starts out with. And then from here, it's a lot of different things going on. I do throw in Decimort a lot, which I don't think other people do necessarily. I think it's Dark Warmth that I use, but I might have to refer back to my cheat sheet. All right. I usually do this. I think everybody probably should do this, and I'm just going to use a talk that I have used for a lot of kicks. Hardcore lingo. So the tail, obviously, tail to kick. This is going to be the bass. A talk is like the crunch of the kick drum, and then the impact, or like some people call it an impact, some people just call the entire fucking thing a talk. The talk is like the kick in the kick, the kick within the kick. Thing about EQing hardcore is that you can get like really fucking stupid with it. Like you can absolutely just like disgusting looking H's. Yeah, we're going to actually sample another kit that I made. Use this, but talk is not going to reach the 2 without me doing some shit reverb compression type beats. Yeah, that has a lot more groove to it. I usually have the LFO tool last. I could easily spend like a while doing this, but I also want to make a song, so. All right.
Woo! I forgot to ask you. You have this movie phone kind of guy that you feature in at least a couple tracks. Is that like someone you've hired out, or are you finding these samples online?
Oh no, that's super like if you just search like art style fucking like movie guy, he's there, and I just have his sample pack. Um, you can find his voice in so many other people's hardcore tracks, ranging from like the top of hardstyle, like top 10 producers of hardstyle, to any random kid on the internet. But I love him. This is like the closest thing to a producer tag that I have. That's just I like it.
Love it.
And for the pre-drop, I usually work backwards from here. Like I usually I have the drop, I have the kick done, and then I slowly move to the beginning of the track and then do kind of intro things. So this is my most used sample, and this is Fortune Swan's voice.
Hard fucking gold, bitch! Hard fucking gold, bitch!
But I think I'm gonna go with like a more industrial type thing this time. Just try to do like kind of a rave thing instead of like a this season type beat.
Right. Did I know Rave Generator?
I think everybody should know Rave Generator. Personally, it's a very good just sampler of all the old rave sounds. You got fucking.
Wait, this is amazing. It's just built in.
Yep, and you got every single old 90s like type of rave sound, and even some really essential like old ass like synthesizer stuff. Like this M1 piano is fucking perfect if you're going for like the scooter vibe, or like a Dune or something. It's just really.
These are so old school. Wait, this is dope.
Yeah, this is the second version of it too. So they actually like update this thing, and like super simple, free.
It looks so janky.
Yeah, it's like the most like hardcore looking fucking synth, especially this text down here and the fucking skull in the background. It's great. So I don't like to make my melodies too complicated or anything like that. I usually just kind of go for it, and whatever happens, happens. This is 90% of my workflow is just scrolling up and down my sample pack, trying to figure out where the fuck the letter L is. I'll eventually like do the ABCs for myself. I go for FL Studio for the look because it makes me feel like a hacker.
Is that actually the only reason?
I do enjoy the aesthetic a lot. The actual reason is that I'm too fucking lazy to learn anything else. But
Yo, does my shirt look crazy to you right now in the video?
Really like fucking with the compression on the webcam.
You're just gonna take a moment in this video to like zoom in on my shirt for the aliasing.
Did you ever listen to my music like before I switched to Artists?
No.
It's like, here, I'll load in something. Yeah, Water Spirit was actually supposed to be like an ambient project, like almost no drums at all, and then it was like a Porter Robinson ripoff project.
Yeah, I can definitely hear the Porter. That sounded pretty good though.
What, the Porter thing?
Yeah, and like I think a lot of people are really critical of imitation as a means of learning, but like the fact of the matter is like it actually is flattering for one, and for two, like, you know, you just pick up so many skills by doing it that you wouldn't have otherwise. I have an ambition because I was born on the exact same day as Porter Robinson, and I have this theory. Well, it's not a theory; it's really just a song concept. I want to make a song called "I'm Porter Robinson's Neville Longbottom."
That's great.
Because of the Harry Potter is like the hero. Porter Robinson is the hero, and I just get to be Neville Longbottom. You know, like also making music, also a wizard, but just not as good.
Some people probably have strong opinions about this plugin, but I fuck with it heavy.
I like the Dada Life plugins. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit of cheating, but you know.
What's cheating, man? Like, yeah, I'm not here for that. I think if the end result is like good music, I don't care how you got there, as long as no one's getting hurt, you know, in the process or taking advantage.
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
Do you feel like there's like an advantage to being an American hardcore producer right now because it's like still a little bit niche here?
Absolutely. I was like super like I can say for a fact that there's no like project like Water Spirit right now, like me, like yeah, Little Texas is kind of like me, but there's no one that carries kind of the same like like branding and identity and music to it the same way that I do it. And I couldn't say that when I was making Future Bass, and I think that adds a lot of visibility to me, which I think had a lot to do with like why my song was even used on TikTok in the first place.
Yeah, how important, how much thought do you give to the brand versus the music? Obviously you need the music, but like can you speak to how important your brand is to rounding out the whole Water Spirit project?
Yeah, the branding is like 45 to 50% of like the thought process of Water Spirit. I would say it's definitely, like I said, I'm not a musician. I'm not like somebody that can like pick up a piano and jam to somebody playing the guitar. I am 100% like a visual, and like, God, I don't want to sound like corny when I say this, but like I like putting together the entire package with the visuals, with the music, with the image, with the online identity, and like, or with the way I kind of act online. And I like designing that. Like I would say I'm more of a designer. So this is bread and butter hardcore right here.
All right.
So the screech is like you got your kick going, and then you want to make it like you kind of want to have like kind of like a nail scraping on a chalkboard sound going over the kick that comes in on like the two of the last part of the first bar. I don't think that made any sense at all. I'll show you where it comes in, but
Sure.
yeah, I forgot the other bread and butter tip of like producing hardcore, which is like this is the first thing you should do. This is what I do every morning before I make hardcore. It actually, like I said, creating music doesn't start in the DAW, it starts in your mind. So you play the Mad Max Fury Road movie on double speed and eat breakfast while you watch Mad Max Fury Road, and then you're ready to produce hardcore.
And you do this every morning?
Every single. Throw a transcade on it. Switch.
Switch.
Which is once again kind of an essential hardcore thing to do. It's just throwing as many kicks into a track as you can and trying to make them all sound good. You don't even have to do that. Hella songs that do not do that, but if you are going for the generic hardcore sound in the year 2021, then having a lot of kicks in there is fun. And also, get to show off all your kicks, which is amazing. Use the Goku scream.
What is it? I want to hear it.
It's the classic. I kind of like doing like using it as like a riser, and then it's the beat, throwing Transgate on it.
Fuck! Fuck!
I just love vocals. I don't know what it is about them.
It's human nature.
It's true. I like the human nature part of my tracks is Goku and fucking Michael from GTA. I am missing a lot of transition sounds right now, which I think are super helpful. I don't really care what kind of sweep sample I used. I find a lot of times that I get surprised by like kind of the texture of the sweep sample a lot of the time, and you know, if it's bad, I switch it out, but I kind of just throw random ones in there to begin with. The classic sub drop.
Fucking fuck!
Yeah. So, I have a couple options. I guess I could add more to the intro. I go into my sample pack, a Water Spirit exclusive sample pack coming out 2023. Not actually, I don't know when it's coming out, but there will be a sample pack at some point. I swear I don't actually just increase the volume of every single instrument I put in. Yeah, that's fun.
Hatred and fear. Nations are fighting to maximize their power. Hatred and anger drive this world. Nations are fighting to maximize their power.
Into overdrive. Let it bump heavily, volume out, it better be. Throwing bones in the pit, knocking down dead to me. Let it bump heavily.